So, welcome to Kerbal Space Program Live. This is our third live stream, although we've had 4 episodes so far on YouTube. So this will probably be episodes 5, 6, maybe 7, as we attempt this mission to take one or more of our Kerbals up to the moon, hopefully to get a landing on the moon, and if we calculate everything correctly, get them back off the moon and back home. I fully foresee that things will not go to plan, and we may end up with some Kerbal stranded on the moon, so our next stream may be a recovery mission, but we shall see how we go. We will put together a rocket and see what we can come up with. The rocket that we used last time to get to the moon actually wasn't too bad, and with a few small tweaks we might be able to use the same rocket to actually land on the moon and maybe get us back. We did have a lot of fuel when we got to the moon last time, so we'll have to play around with that and see how we get on. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Center. Let's just check what we did with our science. Yeah, we spent all our science in our last mission. Actually no, I think we didn't quite get enough science to actually spend on anything, but we have unlocked these larger fuel tanks and engines, and we have unlocked these extra science parts, which will help us to generate science a bit quicker. That is actually something that will change slightly in the next version, but we'll have to see how that affects things as we go along. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a rocket to get us to the moon and hopefully take some of these new parts along with us so we can have a play around with those as we go along. So let's get into our vehicle assembly building. And here we go. Let's put together a rocket that will be able to get us to the moon, starting with the one that got us to the moon and back last time, but we're going to convert this so we can turn it into a lander. So let's see what we can do. I was just sorting out the staging, so this is hopefully how our rocket is going to work. We're going to have the 5 engines at the bottom fire at the same time. Then the 4 solid booster rockets are going to drop off together. Higher up, once we've used up all this fuel, we will be cutting there, starting this engine up. This section will hopefully take us to the moon, get us onto the moon, off the moon, and heading back towards our home planet, hopefully. Then once we have spent all this fuel, we're going to cut that fuel off, and we'll have just this hopefully entering back into the atmosphere of Kerbin. Then we will drop the Science Junior, the materials bay, and fire its individual parachute, and then drop our own parachute, and hopefully the 2 will come down safely and we can recover both of those. So that's the plan. Best laid plans of mice and men comes to mind, but we shall see how we get on. Just going to add a couple of nose cones to that if I can. No, I think the batteries are in the way. It's not going to let us. Okay, well, we'll try it without. We'll do without for now. I don't think we've got anything else that we want to add on to this. So let's give this rocket a name. We had the Jeb 1. This is very similar. This is based on the Jeb 1, so we're going to leave this as a Jeb 2. Returning from the flyby journey to the moon, Jeb wants a moon rock. Let's see if we can't get it for him. There we go. Hiya, Black Tomcat. I like to think that I know what I'm doing. That remains to be seen. I have landed on the moon once, so we shall have to see how we get on. I know this probably is not the most efficient design of rocket, but we are very limited in our technology. I probably unlocked some of the wrong things in the wrong order, but we will find out as we go along. So here we go. This is Jeb 2. This is heading to the moon. Let's save this and get it out onto the launch pad. Here we go. Right, what time of day are we here? This looks like sunset. Yeah, this is another sunset launch. You can see the shadow of the vehicle assembly building rising up the rocket there, if you look very carefully. So we need to get this thing in the air before it goes too dark. Jeb looks like he's ready, just adjusting his helmet. So let's give us some throttle. I don't think we want too much because those solid boosters are going to do most of the work, hopefully. Let's get our SAS running. There we go. Check our resources. Staging all looks okay. So I think we are ready for launch. So starting countdown. Takeoff of Jeb 2 to the moon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. We are off the ground. Surfaces and things yet, so a bit unstable. It's our speed. It's not a bad speed, but we're a little bit faster. Let me bring it over to the left, over to the E there. Control of the SAS is having trouble. When we dump these solid rockets, we'll have a bit more control. Go. Right, and we're about 10,000 feet, so 10,000 meters, sorry, so we're not in too bad a position. Just need to try and correct this. No, that's dropping too quick. Come on, back up. Not quite on a due east orbit. Okay, well, let's bring this down. Let's get the gravity turn going. Yeah, I know, the first stage is probably a bit too long. I was trying to make sure we had enough fuel. Oh dear, this is a really weird... No, I think we're too heavy. We're dropping. We may have our first failed launch, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can bring this back. At least get us into orbit. I'm not at full throttle, sorry. That was a stupid mistake. That was a stupid mistake. I think this is going to be a case of make sure Jeb survives. Tell you what, while we're... Let's get some of the science in while we can. I don't think we get much for the goo this time. It's not too bad. Crew report. Okay, let's get all that transmitted, just in case we end up splashing down somewhere. We are gaining altitude again, but we're very low, and I don't think this rocket is getting into orbit. We will not be going to space today. Let's see what we can do. See if we can get any kind of recovery out of here. Yeah, this is probably one of the strangest launches I've ever done. We shall see. We shall see what we get out of this. Go. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough fuel. Oh well, we live and learn. I'm sticking to my my hardcore approach to this series. We're not going to roll back. We're not going to revert this flight. We're not going to try and pretend this never happened. We're just going to make the most of it. We're going to run out of fuel there, so ditch that. And that's not going to get us anywhere, is it? Not flying around Kerbal, it's not. I think we might just about get into space so that we can do another transmission of the materials bay for a few extra science points. Yeah, I think we're just going to pop outside the top of the atmosphere. We'll get as much of an orbit out of this as we can. We'll cut the engines there. But I very much doubt we've got enough fuel to get a full orbit out of this. Whoops. Gonna have to really cut this fine. Yeah, 2 minutes of burn. No way we've got 2 minutes of burn in this engine, in this fuel tank. Just not enough delta V. Who taught me this? Well, I kind of taught myself. I've been watching other people's streams, other people's videos and things. I've been watching Kurt J. Mack's series that he does on his YouTube channel. Enjoying that a lot. Watching some of the Steve Manley videos. But a lot of what I know is trial and error. We're not getting anything out of that, so let's just grab as much science as we can while we're up here. Keep that vertical. Let's go. Transmit data. We're way past the apoapsis. We're really just going to try and survive now, I think. We'll finish transmitting, so we'll do one more on each of these. Keep that data. Keep that data. No point doing another crew report there. And let's see if our return stage was any use. Right, I'm going to cut the engines there. We're not going to make it, so I'm just going to see if I can plan our landing now. Unfortunately, we're on the dark side of the planet, so I can't see what we're going to be landing on. Let's see if I can guess. It looks like it could be ocean. I think we're going to skip over that. Skip over this continent here, and I think there's another ocean over here, so we might be okay with our two-stage re-entry. Just to make sure, we'll burn the rest of the fuel to take us round. Because I know that, mind you, we might come back round on ourselves. And that was quite strange. I wasn't expecting us to be able to do that. But I guess that engine is slightly more efficient than I first thought. We're going to be re-entering because we're under the atmosphere. But we're kind of fast enough to maybe get around an orbit. But whatever happens, this mission is a loss. So we will not be traveling to the moon with Jebediah on this mission. So let's just get rid of that. And hope for the best, I suppose. Let's speed up the time and see. I'll tell you what, no, let's do that while I'm viewing that so I can see what's going on. Speed up time. And we'll see where we end up landing. Yeah, we've come back into the atmosphere. Sorry, we're entering the thicker part of the atmosphere here. We'll probably get some aero braking on here. Can't really see what's going on. Coming down. Here we go. Yeah, here it comes. I'm glad that we don't have... Whoa! Nope, I didn't want to be facing that. Whoa! Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh wow, yeah, we're really low. Didn't realise quite how low we were. There we go. Oh no! Oh well. I couldn't see a thing and I didn't realise how low we were. We came in a lot lower than I thought. And I think we crashed into a mountain. Vessel is destroyed. Goodbye, Jeb. Oh dear. What did we hit? I can't see anything there. I don't understand. I don't know what we hit. Oh well. That's the end of that. We don't get any of that. Fortunately, we managed to send some of the science back. But farewell, Jeb. That's no, I believe actually. I think we do get Jeb back. I think he is because he's such a hero. I believe he is indestructible. But let's just check, see if he's. Oh no, he's not there. He is lost. Jeb is lost. Missing in action. Oh well. Farewell, Jeb. We will learn from our mistakes. And we only managed to get 35 science out of that, which is not enough even to unlock anything here. So I'm afraid we will have to go back to the drawing board on this one.